Hello everyone. I'm Varsha Murdeshwar, a financial planner and someone who works with families preparing for major life shifts like this beautiful, overwhelming, important one, becoming a parent. Today's session is about the invisible financial costs of motherhood. This workshop is a part of Hera's pregnancy journey. Many of you here are already expecting, and you're probably getting advice from everyone, but not nearly enough about how this new phase changes your relationship with money. This session is not about penny pinching. It's about peace of mind. It's about building a simple, realistic financial plan that helps you focus on your health, your baby, and the new life you're building without a shadow of stress. So, congratulations, you are now going to be mom and dad, and that's the best feeling in the world. You have been planning and praying for this for quite some time, and it's finally here. But once the feeling sinks in, reality also sets in. You can see a little baby pulling at your purse strings, and it's natural to feel overwhelmed about the expenses. But fret not, we've got your back. Let's start by getting real. What are the costs that sneak up on you during pregnancy? First of all, you need to provide for shifting expenses. Pregnancy brings about a whole new aspect of spending from medical costs to other daily routines. Second, understand known and subtle costs. Known expenses like hospital bills and subtle regular costs like house help, wellness, and supplements. And lastly, financial support benefits. Financial planning now supports health and comfort during pregnancy, postpartum recovery, and family bonding without financial stress. So let's break this down. What are the invisible costs? First, medical extras like additional scans, diagnostics, supplements, second opinions, and physio. Then you have care support. Pregnancy should be an enjoyable journey for the mom together with bonding time with the baby. She needs to focus on self care. For this, a good support system is inevitable, like house help, cook to help with meal prep, and prenatal yoga coach. Then you also have mental health and wellness. This includes therapy, prenatal classes, and couple counseling. And lastly, postpartum buffer. Post delivery calls for good nutrition support with food, supplements, and lactation aid. Also, possible health related complications should definitely be factored in. And then there are the hidden purchases maternity wear, pregnancy safe skincare, and home equipment. Now that we have an idea of the cost, let's break it down into fixed or expected and variable or invisible costs. Fixed costs, hospital costs, delivery and other, gynec consultation, insurance premiums, and baby essentials. Variable costs are wellness, yoga classes, emergency scans, second opinion, supplements, house health, baby friendly home renovation, and the like. Fixed costs are partly covered under insurance. Variable costs are often underestimated but accumulate quickly, hence budget as per your needs. Now that we've identified these expenses, let's structure a plan using the CARE framework. First of all, categorize expenses as essential, optional, and avoidable. This will help you stay within the budget. Second of all, adjust. Trim lifestyle excesses to make room for health and care. For example, you can reduce spending on restaurants and instead join a yoga class. Next is reserve. Build a maternity buffer for unplanned needs, especially complications after delivery, salary interruptions, etc. And finally, evaluate. Not all plans work out as estimated. Review and adjust every trimester. Use the CARE framework to your advantage. Now, all estimated expenses should be included in your monthly budget as follows. Medical checkups, 3 to 7,000, supplements and medicines, 1 to 3,000, house help support, maybe 2 to 10,000, therapy, wellness, 2 to 5,000, and lifestyle cuts, minus 2 to 4,000. So that could be an overall increase of 6 to 25,000 per month. If this cannot be managed from your monthly income, it must be funded from current assets like savings or FD. Hence, always maintain a high liquidity during pregnancy phase. We will discuss this in the next slide. Maternity Buffer Fund. The baby comes with a lot of surprises, especially for first-time parents, so be prepared. How much is enough? Set aside minimum of 3 to 6 months of current household expenses, including estimated pregnancy costs. Meaning, if your normal expenses are 50,000 and pregnancy related cost is 25,000 per month, keep aside 2.25 to 4 lakhs as buffer. Further, add delivery cost overages, recovery downtime, extra health, food, medicines, nursing care, post-delivery income gaps, especially if self-employed or with unpaid leave. It might be difficult to estimate post-delivery costs, but if your pregnancy is complicated, it is advisable to have a buffer for financial support. So let me share my own story. So I planned to have my second child when I was working with HDFC Bank, and I had decided that after I have the second child, I'm going to take a break. Unfortunately, there were a lot of complications during my pregnancy and also when the baby was delivered. So what helped me was, as I had already worked with HDFC Bank for the last 4 years and I had been saving enough, we were able to ride through that phase because there was no insurance. When a baby comes out with some complications, insurance cover is not always guaranteed. This I am talking about 17 years back. It might have changed now, so it would always be necessary to have that buffer for yourself to prevent all such incidents. And the pro tip that I would like to share is automate monthly surplus to a liquid savings account or sweeping FD. You may also maintain a separate bank account for savings and investments that would automatically put control on expenses. Next, we talk about medical insurance coverage. At this point, it is worthwhile to review and understand medical coverage, company as well as personal insurance. Maternity benefit capping, depending on type of delivery, could be 25 to 50,000 on an average. Newborn coverage up to 90 days may or not be available. Please have a look at your policy. Emergency admission or complications. Complications are mostly not covered. If it is covered, you are lucky. Also check hospital cash cover, type of room permitted, and riders for postnatal complications. Lower the coverage, higher should be your own preparedness. Mental health costs are one of the most important but least planned for. Let's talk about how to budget for emotional well-being. A healthy mind and body and low stress during pregnancy helps in a safe and smooth delivery. Seek help from a wellness professional. You may enroll for prenatal yoga classes, couple bonding, counseling, or therapy. Do check with your doctor before joining. Cost would range from 1 to 3,000 per session and 2-month engagement would be ideal. Align money roles with your partner according to your expertise and capabilities. This helps in sharing responsibilities and lightening the burden. For example, tracking of medical expenses, short-term baby prep versus long-term investments, pausing other investments and goals, for example, travel or buying a car, and accessing outside sources, for example, personal loan if needed. You need to decide between your partner who is going to take up what responsibility. Create shared resources like a pregnancy budget file which is accessible to each other. Do regular check-ins, preferably every 2 weeks to ensure everything is under control. Pregnancy phase calls for a change in lifestyle and habits to attain a healthy body and mind. For example, eating home-cooked nutritious food, light exercise, and proper medication. Accordingly, adjust your budget to curtail expenses like eating out, impulse buying, and subscriptions you rarely use, and redirect the same to worthy costs like health, comfort, and support. Further, if cost is an issue, find alternatives like YouTube prenatal workouts, government subsidized health schemes like Janani Suraksha Yojana. Next, let's bring your HR team into this conversation. There's more support available than you might think. First of all, understand your coverage. What does my maternity coverage include? Delivery, complications, baby care. Does the company offer wellness reimbursements like therapy or classes or any employee engagement programs to that effect? Discuss return plans, co-maternity, paternity leave policy, extended leave option, flexible work, sabbatical post-delivery. If the company has multiple branches, you can also ask for a transfer to a location closer to your residence. Also check if the company has creche or daycare facilities. HR is not just a policy gatekeeper, they can be a bridge to more supportive planning, so reach out to them. Finally, let's walk you through some red flags to avoid and how you can keep your financial planning flexible. First, income dependency. Relying on one partner's income without having an extra buffer should be avoided. You definitely need to have more liquidity in the pregnancy phase. Second, no leave planning. Don't leave things to chance. Know the maternity leave entitlement as per your company policy. Any extension possible with or without pay. Using accumulated leave towards maternity. Third, limited emergency fund. Emergency fund should not be restricted to just hospital bills but beyond. Cause any unexpected situations not provided for will have to be funded by outside sources like borrowing from family, friends, or personal loan. Fourth, premature purchases. Do not overinvest in baby products in a hurry. Wait and see what you need. Fifth, mental health neglect. Spending on mental health is a good investment for mom and baby. So take care of all the above. Some resources and templates from HERA you can use. Monthly Pregnancy Budget Tracker. Refer to the action sheets by HERA. Create Emergency Fund Calculator, the 6th-month version. List of maternity-friendly insurance providers in India. An HR conversation checklist. Refer to the action sheets by HERA. Do take a look at some of the resources, templates, and tools available on the HERA platform. For example, if you want to track your monthly pregnancy budget, then see what are the items that you need to have, items that you would have in a normal pregnancy. So understand this tool and use it to for your purpose. So suppose if you feel that because of your pregnancy, your monthly expenses are going to be up by 7,000, 10,000 or 15,000, you can use the tracker and calculate accordingly. Once you have calculated all the expenses, apart from your normal living expenses, you can also use the emergency fund calculator. So as per the emergency fund calculator, as per your requirement, you can keep 6 to 9 months of emergency funding available. This fund should be in a safe asset like a liquid or a FD. Also, you can refer to the HERA templates where they are mentioning about where they have listed the insurance providers in India which are maternity friendly, and also do take the pointers from them on HR conversations that what you can have with your own employer. We can now summarize the key takeaways for the pregnancy phase. First of all, comprehensive planning. Plan for not just the visible costs like hospital bills, but also invisible costs like mental and physical well-being. Second, financial safety net. Step up your emergency fund for maternity buffer even if you have insurance. Third, emotional investment. Emotional health costs are real and valid. Budget for them. Fourth, partnership approach. Align with your partner on expense matters. How much to spend on what, and definitely reduce wasteful expenses. And finally, workplace support is available. Use it to your advantage. So remember, 3 to 6 months of buffer for financial security, 9 months of preparation for a lifetime of parenting, and 100% peace of mind in the most important phase of your life. As we close, I want to remind you, pregnancy is not just a medical event, it's a financial transformation. And you don't need to have all the answers today. You just need a framework, a partner in planning, and permission to protect your own peace. Planning isn't about being perfect, it's about being prepared enough. Ask questions, use your HR support, build your buffer, and most importantly, take care of yourself while preparing for the one you're about to welcome. Thank you for being here today, and I hope this helped make your financial path into parenthood a little clearer. Thank you.